What do we know?
Yes, so China Evergrande had this very brief call with investors late last night, Hong Kong time, and essentially confirmed that it should have a plan in 6 months. Of course, it's still just an initial plan. Also confirmed, again, reiterating this idea that onshore and offshore creditors are going to be treated the same. Now, whether or not this is going to be enough to assuage some of those tensions that we've been seeing building between offshore creditors and the borrower in particular remains to be seen, really. We know that offshore creditors just last week have threatened to pursue enforcement actions, saying the restructuring process has been very opaque. They didn't have visibility into the situation, and Evergrande has sort of responded, asking for patience. Now, we're also hearing FT is reporting that Oaktree is seizing land in Hong Kong because it was in lieu of a missed loan. So we may also start to see more of these sort of creditors losing patience and coming out and really kind of trying to advocate for their rights here.
We saw their dollar bonds slightly recovering from their January lows, right? Will this just further give confidence to the company?
I think probably this alone isn't really going to see that sort of bump that we saw. So at the end of last week, absolutely, we saw this bump from about 10 cents on the dollar to about 16 cents on the dollar. Quite a jump, the biggest in 4 months, on these signs of progress in the restructuring after, quite a few months of relative silence, essentially. I don't think that's going to happen this time. As I say, that call yesterday was very, very brief. I think investors, particularly offshore, are still looking for much more clarity. And of course, a lot of this has already been reported in the media, so there wasn't much actual new sort of content here.
Right.
I do think that signs of kind of greater intervention, or that the state is in some ways listening and hearing this impatience, should help.